Hi, I'm Marky.
And Freddy.
Welcome to another week of deals. Our promise is to help you find the best games at the best possible price. We already did the search for you and looked into various retailers to find the best deals for this week.
Before we start, please remember to give us a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe and click the bell icon for notification. It will help our channel grow. All right, with that being said, let's get started.
We're going to be kicking our deals off this week with a deal at GameStop for Persona 5 Royal going half off from $29.99 all from $59.99. Persona 5 has been one of the biggest RPGs when it first launched in 2017, and Persona 5 Royal has now come out in order to give you the definitive experience for Persona 5. It's the exact same game, same story beats. You're going to be exploring a big RPG filled with likable characters, twists and turns, a really deep RPG system, and a lot of side activities to do, both on the school side and when you're actually becoming a phantom thief. It's one of the biggest RPGs out there, and it's honestly a big recommendation, even if you're new to the Persona series. So definitely add it to your collection at this price.
Marky, what's the difference between Persona 5 and the Royal Edition?
Well, I'm glad you asked, actually. A lot of people see Persona 5 Royal and consider it a definitive edition that includes all of the DLC. And while Persona 5 does have all that DLC included with it, Persona 5 Royal also goes a step further and actually makes a whole, basically, fourth act to the game that you can explore as well. A few story beats, a brand new character, and a few different personas, and a lot of quality of life changes. So yes, while it does give you the DLC, the costumes, and all the other stuff that were in the original Persona 5, there's actually some completely different stuff that's worth exploring in the Royal version as well. So definitely do that, and it's because it's one of the best ways to experience one of the best RPGs out there.
These are cool information. Thank you, Marky. At some point, I'll start in playing the Persona series. All right, the next game we have for this week is Far Cry 3 Classic Edition on PlayStation Store for $299. Yes, $299, dropping all the way from $30. Again, any game we mention on PlayStation Store is going to be digital, not physical. All right, the game is endlessly fun, and it's what you would expect from a Far Cry game. It's a first-person shooter, but also has the ability to do stealth takedowns. The antagonist, namely Voss, in this game is considered among the best because he's insane. The game looked superb at the time it was first released back in 2012, and the enhanced version now you're getting on PS4 made it even better. Jason's the protagonist will start as a weak character, but over time he develops to become stronger as you progress in the story. And also his gadget will become more powerful along the way. Far Cry 3 in its open world environment is very fun to explore. You have the island and the ocean filled with both pirates and rebels. The gameplay is still fun and the visuals are superb. The combat is definitely also still satisfying, even though the game was made a long time ago. I only wish the ending of the story was a little bit better, and the game can get a little bit repetitive when you take down the numerous outposts, but this is in every game now. The game has a lot of great things to offer that we can forgive its shortcomings, and for $299 is definitely the right price to add it to your digital collection.
All right, Far Cry 3. Very happy to see it so low. But we're going to continue on the PlayStation Store deals with Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice going down to $8.99 all the way from $29.99. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice is a dark fantasy game. It's an action-adventure one made by Ninja Theory, the people who have gone on to make such popular ones as the Devil May Cry series, and a few of those hack-and-slash titles that are very well known. So the combat and adventure I can definitely guarantee are worth investing in. However, this is a bit of a darker tale, nothing too comedic. Whereas we're a Viking or Celtic Viking woman who's gone into the Viking underworld in order to free her dead lover. The story focuses on an aspect that's not too explored, which is honestly something involving mental illness, psychosis, and processing grief. The story definitely takes a lot of interesting turns and actually plays with that in the environments that you're fighting in, which, while giving you such really good, satisfying combat, definitely makes you think and process what's going on around you. It's definitely a thinking game with a hack and slash style, which honestly is a fantastic mix. At $9, it's definitely one of the best ways to experience one of the more emotionally visceral stories out there. So add it to your digital library today as soon as you can.
Yes, I agree with everything you say about Hellblade, Marky, and I have to say that the combat is fantastic in this game. At the beginning, you'll struggle a little bit, but you'll get used to it, and this is the time where you start enjoying the game even more. And by the way, $8.99 is the lowest price we've seen for this game. All right, the other game we have is Crysis Remastered on PlayStation Store for $14.99, dropping all the way from $30. This is a remaster for a game that was released back in 2007, so maybe for those old gamers like me, this is a very nostalgic game. The game back then was ahead of its time due to its graphics and visuals. This is the first of a 3-game series, and basically, it's an action game where you play as part of a team and each member has a nanosuit that give you 2 abilities. One to use as an armor, and the other to disappear and kill enemies in a stealthy way. These abilities can give you options to the way you play. For example, you can set an armor mode that deflects bullets, or cloak mode, which renders Nomad almost completely invisible and suppresses movement noise. This remastered version is definitely getting a visual upgrade to make it look modern. For instance, you'll get the ray tracing if you're playing on Xbox X. But it's nothing mind-blowing. I have to mention that AI is not the smartest, and they can be very random. Sometimes they spot you from very far away, and sometimes they need to be close to you and facing you to start shooting. The story is okay, but it gets better toward the end and preps you well for Crysis 2 and Crysis 3 that will have definitely a better story. Alright, moving along, some notable mentions at GameStop. For those PS5 owners, there is Watch Dogs Legion pre-owned for $17.99 and Assassin's Creed Valhalla for $27.99. If you want to make the deal better, buy these 2 games and you should get 20% off discount. This deal is until Saturday night, so make sure you check it out if you're interested in these games and if you own a PlayStation 5.
Don't forget that a lot of our sales from last week's video are still applicable, so if you need to, go ahead and check our playlist and check out our other videos to save even more money.
We hope you enjoyed this video. Let us know in the comment below if you have played any of the games we mentioned.
Also, while we're at it, what's your favorite Far Cry game? And what's your favorite moment in the Crysis series?
Thank you, and make sure to check our channel next week for more sales.
Bye-bye.